Shima from AOARD Tokyo office. So I'm going to be briefing the AOARD overview today. Next, please. So I think Current Gresham pretty much presented what I was going to say. So I'll skip some of the things he explained. So anyway, the outline, my talk includes, of course, the Current Gresham mentioned about IO mission statements, and I'll go over a little bit of our history and locations and org chart. And then I'm going to discuss, presenting some grant activities in FY13. And then just brief on why we need to be engaged in Asia. And just introduce a couple of our current engagement, which was kind of briefly described by Current Gresham, to the nanoscience initiatives. And then I'm going to go over what is the next and beyond FY15. There, I'm going to introduce some of our three focus areas for the future engagement. One is exploring, establishing the global satellite lab that Dr. Misoon, also Current Gresham mentioned. And then the second one is exploring the interagency international collaboration. The third one is increase the awareness of the cyber information research area in AOARD. Then I'll conclude with a summary. Next, please. As Current Gresham mentioned, IO mission, I love this word, awareness, access to overseas basic research with, to provide the U.S. Air Force with a presence and persistence. So we're going to follow that mission as we conduct our, execute our mission. Next, please. So where we're located on Hardy Barracks compound, and we're located with a tri-service with the Navy ONRG and ITC PAC. So we are located in this building here on the 4th floor. Next, please. Brief history about AOARD. Current Gresham mentioned a little bit about the AOARD as well as AOARD, but I think it's a little bit detailed. So with Japan's economic miracle and also their dominance in the economy through 1980s, ONRG established their Tokyo office in 1974. And then afterwards, the Air Force and Army also joined the information exchange with ONRG. And then 1992, the AOARD was established. So then since the AOARD establishment, we gradually increased our execution of AFOSR mission fund. For example, in 2013, we executed $8.5 million of AFOSR mission fund. So you look at these pictures here from past to current. So these are the pictures of AFOSR staff early on here. And then, of course, my predecessor, Dr. Ken Gareta is sitting there somewhere, and that's when he was managing the AOARD. That was the picture. And then the last picture was taken when Current Gresham and Dr. Misoon visited last January. Next, please. Okay, so we have a great staff, technical staff. And we were not able to travel at all last year, but most of our folks are here. And maybe if you would like to talk with them, please engage with the discussion. The next, please. And then we have a supporting staff, and they're very efficient, 100% efficient staffing people. Next, please. So as the Current Gresham mentioned, our engagement strategy and grant is in this slide. Basically, our engagement strategy is developing the really deep relationship with the PIs and scientific community in the region. It's more so with the Asian culture, though. And then for the access tools, as like Colonel Gresham mentioned, yes, we do have research grants and conference support and window in science. I just want to give a little bit the comment on conference support. I know it's going to be announced outside, so maybe I shouldn't really mention too much. Okay, Dr. Metzen said no, so I'm not going to say it. Okay, so we're going to pass it. Okay, the next, please. So based on these access tools, we supported 28 conferences for 11 countries last year. And then we invited 42 the prominent scientists from the Asia Pacific region to AFOSR research labs or research institutes. And then we gave awards to 105 grants. And then, like I mentioned, we executed 8.5 million AFOSR mission money last year. I guess over 90% of our the involvement is more like including these 6 countries. Australia is one of the big ones, and Japan and India, Korea and Singapore and Taiwan. Next, please. So I guess we always come back with this information. Why we need to be engaged with Asia? It's just that's a trend. Because of the explosive growth of economy in Asia, they also increased their R&D spending last decades. So as is shown in this graph, as it's like x-axis shows the year, and then this y-axis shows the share of total R&D world spending. So when you look at it, the Asia portion is like they've been increasing that around 2007. It was like a 32%, but it's gradually increased, and then 2014 they're expecting that it probably goes to up to 39%. That exceeds the EU or the US's the contribution. So anyway, I don't think that, I'm not really sure this is going to continue increase, or it's going to probably plateau like any other countries. I'm not sure. Maybe I could ask Bob Bernard to predict some trends. Next, please. So because of the Asia is investing huge dollar amounts into the R&D spending, it also shows it impacts also the quantity of the paper publications as well as the quality of the publications, and also it shows the impact and the increase of the university rankings as well. So as you see here, for example, material science and material science publications, I guess the last 3 decades, Asia actually put a lot of the effort into it, and I think that it's really increasing huge compared to the other regions in the world. And then the other really important factor is actually the quality of the papers. As you see here, excuse me, Nature Publishing Index, which shows what the quality of the publications actually increased from 19% in 2008 to 2012. There's about 28%. So now also the university ranking really increased tremendously as well. Next, please. So the whole world has actually been investigating huge dollar amounts in nanoscience technology development. And as a result of that, countries published a huge number of publications as well. So in Asia, China actually contributed a lot. And then, of course, Japan and Korea and India and Taiwan also contribute huge in publications. So, we are located in Asia and Pacific. So how could we leverage this investment? So next slide, please. So leveraging their investment as well as because we had also the opportunity for collaboration, we established 2 country initiatives. This is a huge successful program that we've been engaged since 2003. So leveraging the Korea investment in nanoscience, and as well as our the opportunities for collaboration, we started funding the exploratory grants in 2003. Early on, Leslie and Hugh DeLong, and then Don Silversmith at the time, and also the AOARD, the program managers back then, really participated in workshops and as well as review, and then made this program really successful. And currently at AOARD, Lieutenant Colonel Tammy Law is managing this program, and she made it through phase 3 now. Next, please. So we have another excellent AFOSR country initiatives is U.S. Air Force Taiwan program. So it's also started early in 2002. Then this program is a little bit different because it actually started as a top-down approach. Back at that time, Jack Agee and now Dr. Carrick has been involved with this program, and also Harold Weinstock has been heavily involved with this program. At AOARD, at that time, Brett Pockiness and Tom Ertzfeld and also Jim Chang have been involved, of course, under the direction of our previous AOARD director, Ken Garetta. So now we have this, outstanding initiatives that we're engaged in. So how we're going to use this as a stepping stone to move on to the next focus area. So next, please. So this is one of the areas that we are going to be engaging, excuse me, in the future. Sorry, I need to drink some. So, Colonel Gresham, also Dr. Metzen mentioned about this establishing the global satellite lab. So using the AOARD nanoscience initiatives as a stepping stone, and then we can engage in developing the global research lab. That recommendation was came from the Defense Science Board reports in 2012 January, and what it recommends is establishing a global satellite lab for the DoD SNE workforce for their awareness of the global technologies. So I think this is going to be really exciting, the engagement once we start establishing the lab, this idea. So opportunity actually is arisen with the Yonsei University, South Korea. And once it's established, one of the topic areas that we're going to be engaged is metamaterials area. This particular program is right now managed by Lieutenant Colonel Zikofus. And I think, he's doing a great job on promoting these ideas to, AFOSR and also AFOARD. Next, please. So another exciting area is the interagency international collaboration on 2D materials. So as we all know, the graphene and 2D beyond that 2D beyond graphene area has been heavily invested by the whole world. So to leverage that, the AFOSR and NSF have been working together to come up with a collaboration effort. Joycelyn Harrison and Garnet Pomeranke, and then the Jim Huang as an IPA back then, and then myself from AFOSR, and then Anup Kabul and Charles Ng from NSF worked together and then participated in the review, and as well as selecting the proposals for particularly starting with OSR's BRI topic to 2D beyond graphene, and as well as NSF's DARE program. So I think this is going to be also one of the exciting areas that we're going to be engaging. So the uniqueness of this is the AFOSR funds international PIs and NSF funds the US PIs. I would expect great results coming out from this program. At AOARD, Ken Castor and Sang Hong will be managing this program. Next, please. Okay, so far I've talked about the materials area, but we also have really exciting the areas about the info and cyber research areas. So based on the guidance from DoD, Tech Horizons and Cyber Visions, and as well as the access to the emerging the science in the region, so we, at the beginning of when I started work, started as a director at AOARD, with our IPOs at AOARD, we discussed what would be our strategy to come up with the new ideas or expanding ideas on focus areas. I think this was one of the topic areas, and Lieutenant Colonel Brian Sell actually took the charge of it, and then he really expanded this program. And with the help of our science advisor, Dr. Hiroshi Matoda, and as well as Dr. Peter Freelands. So anyway, we do have access to this, the emerging areas, like for example, like Japan is a very big in big data science, and Australia, of course, NICTA optimization research is world leading, and Taiwan, they're very leading the top data mining group. They have leading the top data mining groups, and Korea invests huge in brain science investment. And not only that, the top 50 computer science departments, actually 1/3 of them is actually located in Asia and Pacific region. And highlighted region here is showing that. It's kind of busy chart. So I think we are very excited about this area to get expanded, and also in the future. I think we're going to be working closely even more with Bob Manel's group. So next, please. This summarizes my talk, and you can read through that. Ultimately, basically, AOARD is going to be having a lot of challenging topics, discussion, the focus areas in the future under the leadership of Colonel Gresham. And it's going to be very exciting. The exciting things are going to come out in the future. Lastly, I'd like to appreciate our IPO, especially our tech advisor, Ingrid Weistung, and also Ken Castor for helping me preparing the slides. Thank you. Any questions?
My tie. Left side.
Other side.